the whole fourth one is him being so emo about the fucking fox die. The virus is called fox die. It's not really a virus. It's not really nanomachines. It's kind of a combination of both, and it's so fucking nasty.
There's much ash in there. I don't know if it was.
They did it to taint Solid Snake's genes in case Solid Snake fell into the hands of the enemy. Anyone who came in contact near his corpse, possibly even contact with his blood, would die of a heart attack. So it's kind of, no one can touch this gun because it's radioactive.
Yeah.
That sort of mentality. Snake finds out that they're making a new Metal Gear, and they're actually carrying it around on a fucking boat in the New York River. And so he jumps off the New York Bridge, hey, gabagoo, downtown, grab a kazone, and fucking shit, and he bungee jumps off of a bridge. And he gets onto the tanker and he's like, oh, the fucking Russians, they got the Metal Gear, I gotta stop them. And there's like, you, lady, you have entirely too much armpit hair, you gotta drop your guns. And she's like, haha, I'm pregnant. And he's like, I don't care, I'll shoot you. I'll kill your baby. My tranquilizer's not strong enough to kill your child, and I don't fucking care. What was it? Yeah, so that turns out to be like the daughter of the fucking general. And so he incapacitates her. She's the first boss. You see in the cat.
No, the TV. I just didn't realize how old it was.
Oh yeah, that's the one behind that. So yeah, as soon as Snake gets pictures of the new Metal Gear that they're creating, which is Metal Gear Ray. You remember that giant one that you fight in the fucking samurai game? You know, and they're like, get it now, and it's like taking its big old flippers and like, woo! And you had to fucking chop it up and stuff. It was the first boss.
I think so.
Yeah. It's Metal Gear Ray. You remember in the fourth game, you actually like controlled like Metal Gear Rex and fought Metal Gear Ray, like a giant mech fight.
No,
it's fucking dope.
What?
We'll try it out one day. Anyway, so
that was in the first one?
That was in the fourth one.
Well, the fourth one, that's dope. I'd like to play that.
That's dope. It's just a really small fucking mission. Like,
fucking. So the fourth one is. No, the second one is fucking.
The second one, this is just the intro mission to the second one, where Snake finally is like found the Metal Gear Ray inside of the ship, which is at sea, and he's taking pictures of it, and then Ocelot shows up with his arm. Ocelot shows up with a new arm. You know, the fucking poorly gunned dude? He has both arms now, which is really fucked up. And, because this is like the 90s, you're not supposed to be able to do that sort of shit. Because it was like cut off at like a weird angle like that. And it's like you're not supposed to transplant fucking limbs that good. Anyway, it turns out it was Liquid's arm. Because this is some weird hokey bullshit. But of course there's hokey bullshit during the whole series in general. He starts talking in Liquid's voice because he has a transplant of Liquid's arm.
That makes sense. I can see that happening.
Yeah, of course.
That's probably happened in real life before.
It actually has with heart transplants.
People, like, their tastes change. Like, all of a sudden they like to play piano and listen to classical music and, like, hot peppers and shit, but, like, they don't...
There's fake memories, too, from heart transplants.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Makes no sense, but I'm serious.
There's actual documented proof of fake memories?
Yeah, that's why I remember this
memories
shit.
that aren't fake, or, like, are they actual memories from that other person?
There's a really good saying that, this is relevant. There's a really good saying that where the brain has no memories, it will always strive to create.
That's weird.
It is really weird. It's very on topic with the Metal Gear series as well. But yeah, Ocelot shows up and he's like, haha, I've got 2 brains in one now, and I'm gonna blow up the entire ship. And like Snake's like, what? And he's like, haha, you didn't know that Metal Gear Ray could swim, did you? And he was like, what? And so Ocelot jumps into Metal Gear Ray, and just starts fucking trashing the boat from the inside.
Alright.
And Snake's like, "Oh my god!" and tries to book. And tries to book. He just tries to book off that fucking ship as fast as he can.
That's fair.
And the media completely spins this in such a way that Snake attacked the ship and tried to steal Metal Gear Solid. I mean, Metal Gear Ray. What the fuck? Solid Snake is pinned as the aggressor in that entire incident for some reason. And you find out it's because of the Patriots, who are a bunch of shadowy dudes. You know,
shadowy, like physically shadowy, or like
Illuminati.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Straight up the Illuminati before the Illuminati was coined a term.
I got you.
And stuff. I'm not sure, but I think they're all dead. I'm not. It's revealed at the end of the second game that they're all dead for some reason, but I'm not sure if they were alive at the beginning of the game. So it's not really specified. It just says that like by the end of the fucking second game, all the Patriots are dead, but they were just members of the Illuminati, like 12 guys, I think, or some 8, whatever. Anyway, they were behind this whole fucking evil mission and stuff. They had plans after they died that involved an AI, the GW one, the one that, you know, George Washington and all that shit, that was supposed to further the military-industrial complex and all that stuff. It was trying to, like, if anyone tried to actually, like, stop wars from happening, like if they wanted world, it was like an entire mission to disrupt world peace from ever happening.
Fail safes for war.
Yeah, fail safes for war, man. That's entirely what GW was trying to do, was balance the war economy, the regular economy, with the war economy, and try to harmonize that shit so that nobody ever tried to fuck with the system. Because if a revolution can never start if no one ever knows what they're fighting for, you know? So it tried to control information. It became the first AI on the internet to censor information. It's that, like, anything that goes against the grain of what the Patriots want you to know, they just remove it. You know what I mean? It's complete censorship of information highway. And do you know how they actually inserted the virus into every computer around the world?
Interwebs.
No, this is even more insidious. Do you remember the scandal of the year 2000? Everyone was afraid of the clocks being 00.
Yeah. Release a program to fix it. Yeah.
The patch to fix it.
Yeah.
Was this program, this back door.
That's hectic. Could you imagine if somebody actually did that? They would have just fucked the whole world.
This is what I'm talking about. These stories are so deep.
People are bought into that think, and they go, "We need that. We need it."
So fucked up. They probably started the rumor that was necessary in the first place, or that planes would fall out of the sky, or that, you know, power stations across this country would fucking stop working, or some bullshit.
Okay.
And that you'd have to live off water for years and years or some shit. It would be the end of civilization. It would be the dark age if the clocks reached 00. You know what I mean?
Just live in a boat.
You gotta live off water. No, I meant like bottles of water.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's my favorite part of that fucking story. But I'm not done with the second one. It's pretty cool. You play as Raiden. Raiden the whole game.
Like
Samurai boy.
Yeah. Sword boy.
Yeah. You're sneaking around a fucking oil rig with a samurai sword, fucking gutting people. And he's constantly doesn't know what the fuck's going on because his colonel, like the guy on the radio, is constantly fucking with him. And so is his fiance. Is on the radio too because they decided it was a great idea to have his fiance be his psychiatrist on the mission. Raiden runs into Solid Snake, but he doesn't claim to be Solid Snake. He claims to be Iroquois Pliskin, which is a reference to Escape from New York.
Escape from New York,
yeah.
Snake fucking Pliskin.
Yeah, man. Anyway,
Yo, that's dirty that they did that.
I know, right? Anyway,
Was that movie supposed to be like? Okay.
I don't know. I don't like to think about it. And so they run into Solidus Snake, who is former President George Sears. It turns out one of the fucking Snake Bros was a former president.
Bros.
Yeah, the Snake Bros. He was the third dude. He was like, apparently after they made Liquid and Solid, they were like, yo, that worked. Let's do it again. So they made Solidus.
Solidus?
Who had all of the good genes. All of the great... He had, like, the perfect clone of the Big Boss. And he looked like how he should and stuff. He even later loses his eye and gets a fucking eye patch.
Gets an eye patch?
Yeah. He's
Well, I remember him. I definitely remember him.
He's dope.
For sure I do.
And then they kill him at the end. He's actually the guy who trained Raiden to be a soldier and stuff. He like killed his real parents and trained him to be a boy soldier in Africa. But my word, Solidus is actually the good guy in that story. Raiden is more like the fucking government stooge that they fucking sent to kill.
The stooge?
Yeah, he's a government stooge who was sent to fucking kill Solidus because Solidus his plan is to take Arsenal Gear. Arsenal Gear is a massive, gigantic fucking submarine in the shape of a manta ray and plow it halfway through New York and set off a huge electronic EMP to remove a huge section of the Patriots' grip on the world for some reason. He's actually doing a good thing by doing this. That's actually because the Patriots are the bad guys, but Raiden works for the Patriots, and he's just like, no, I must complete my mission. It doesn't matter whatever you tell me. You're the bad guy.
You're the bad guy. Oh,
that's totally what Raiden is.
Well,
and then at the end, Snake is like, hey, maybe you don't have to listen to everything that the people who gave you the mission is. You know, maybe your boss wants to fuck your fiance. Did you ever think about that? Because in the fourth game, that happens. Anyway, and he's like, oh, I'm so emo, I'm gonna become a samurai. And
got my wiener and stuff.
And the fourth
sword.
And now we can move on to the fourth game. The fourth game is all about gun locking, like programming guns. So like, hey, you're not Bob. I'm not going to let you fire this gun.
I remember that.
And it was all about furthering the war economy and stuff. And do you know what a proxy war is?
Where two countries fight each other indirectly through the use of another.
Yeah, they back other countries to fucking fight each other, essentially.
So like Vietnam or Korea.
Stuff like that.
Fucking, I can't remember, where was the other one?
It's happened a lot. Since overpopulation is such a fucking dealio, the government, the world governments and all the shadowy fucking people behind them and all that, they're just like, yo, what if we just
every white person in the world.
As long as we have all the sociopaths killing all the other fucking sociopaths, it seems like we have world peace, you know what I mean? As long as, like, and it's like, yes, that's what Big Boss's dream was. Fucking unicorn, shattered, fucking brain damaged, venom snake's dream.
Yeah.
Instead, the real Big Boss's dream, we'll find out at the end of this game, was much kinder. Much less World War III, much more fucking bar they can go down to, like the veterans bar or some fucking bullshit. Imagine a whole country that's just like a veterans bar and be like, haha, we can reminisce about being soldiers.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted. It was a country for soldiers and shit like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what he wanted. He didn't want like everyone to fucking kill each other.
Big Boss was not a bad dude.
Yeah, he didn't want the war economy. He just wanted the world to respect soldiers because he knew that they just used them as tools. You know what I mean? They were just lives to be shed. You know what I mean? And he thought that was like one of the greatest and oldest injustices in the world was how people didn't really respect soldiers and how You know how the Vietnam vets are treated afterwards and stuff like that?
Yeah, they got fucking, like...
Imagine that spirit times, like, 1,000. That's, like, what Big Boss was all about. You know what I mean? They weren't just meat to him. They were human beings. And, the fourth game's really fucking stupid. It's just old Snake. Because of the fox dye virus, Snake's become old. He's a clone. You remember of the original Big Boss? Remember Liquid and Solid Snake are actually clones of...
Oh, yeah.
Because they had to scrape the jizz out of
Yeah,
Ava.
I'm going to say the babies.
Yeah, the babies. And, this is why Big Boss doesn't like Solid and Liquid. Because he was like, I didn't consent to this. They fucking scraped out her uterus and made children and all. You know, made super babies. And they're better than me. I don't like it. But anyway.
Complex, but the size of my not super wiener.
Anyway, that's how Venom Boss felt about it. I'm not really sure.
Fair.
I'm not sure about how the real boss, you know what I mean? Real Snake felt about it. Naked Snake.
Snake and Nate.
Naked Snake. Wicked Snake.
Wicked Snake, yeah.
So in the fourth game, they fucking do the 4 bosses again. They do the really cool mech ones. There's the octopus. There's the sniper wolf, like a giant wolf mech that actually has a sniper on its back. And then there's Psycho Mantis, who has like weird marionette arms and stuff and can actually like control people from afar with like strings, and they're like moving with strings and fucking crazy shit. And she does it through like psychic dolls. And there's the Raven, which is like this bitch who is like part fucking plane, who's flying along the streets of Europe and stuff and shooting missiles out of her wings, and she's always like screaming.
What do you mean she's part plane?
She's part plane.
What do you mean part? How do you be part of a plane?
she has a suit that's like makes her part plane.
So she's like not physically part plane.
Okay, every time we beat one of these 4 bitches, they actually shed out of their fucking cool mech suits and go, and then they try to knife you, and then you gotta be like sexy wrestling.
Sexy wrestling.
And then they go, and then they scream and they go, no, it actually did! And then they fall.
So, but they just look normal when they're out of their mech.
Yeah, and then they fall onto the floor,
okay,
and then it's super dramatic.
Do you know what I mean though? When you say part plane, like I'm picturing a bitch that has like
part plane,
some kind of an implant. That's like, yeah, she's like literally part of the wing or something, like, where it's like the plane's like built into her waist and she's like screwed into it. Do you know what I mean? Where she's just like, I am the plane. Still control shit with her legs that she doesn't have because like she's plane centaur.
This ends like the whole 4th game culminates with fucking Snake fisticuff fighting Ocelot / Liquid because their fucking personalities have fused to become 100% crazy. And while this is happening, like those giant Metal Gear Ray things, they're like jumping and attacking like this giant battleship. My nose is itchy as fuck. But they're safe because they're on top of a submarine. And they literally are like, we're too old. We have to inject each other with nanomachines to make each other fucking cooler to fight. We're too like, imagine 2 guys who are like so intent on beating each other to fucking, you know, to completion that they'll actually fucking inject each other French style with fucking nano steroids while mid fight beating each other up. Oh,
I need a smash real quick.
We're both too tired.
Let me just do a smash. Let me just do a quick smash.
And Snake beats him so hard that he actually beats the Liquid personality out of Ocelot. And he was like, no, I just wanted Big Boss's dream to come alive. And then he dies. And then that's the end of fucking Metal Gear Solid.
That's it, eh?
Do you have
no more
questions?
I want to talk about the cows.
Oh, the gecko units. Yeah, they're actually their legs are actually fashioned from cow muscles and stuff, and they have cow brains inside of them.
Why did they use a cow brain?
It's accessible. The genome's properly mapped. You know, any domesticated animal that you use for food has actually been genetically researched before there was even genetically research. You know what I mean? The dude, do you know how genes were fucking discovered? Monks growing peas.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's fucked. They're like variations, bro.
Okay.